submissive and following your husband. And say what you want about Melania, because I see people so many times saying, well, I don't think she likes Trump, or I doubt they're having sex, or I doubt. But when it appears that if he says jump, she says how high. When he moved, she moved just like that, because people thought, oh, is she gonna be at the RNC? Yes, she's been right by his side, and I'm sure, she has gone to events that she didn't want to be at, but she actually showed up to support her husband. And who is Barack going to lean over to and cover his mouth and say something if Michelle is just constantly, I'm not going, I'm not going? And he probably has accepted that this is his life, when really he needs to look at Michelle and say, Michelle, this is what's going to happen. But he can't even do that because we have really conditioned society, like you said, the Black woman is untouchable. And I just think it.
We're going to stop it right there. I don't know who that lady is. This is a clip from Jason Whitlock's podcast. And I guess the lady's name, let me see if it is. I like to give credit to folks. But anyways, Jason Whitlock had a conversation about, are Black women the new sacred cow? And I would say yes, but also Black women end up being the fall guy for the Democratic Party, or at least for the social media companies out there, because we look at Biden pardoning everyone in his family and then pardoning other people that were on the January 6th committee. He didn't really pardon any Black people that were going after Trump. I would at least think he would have pardoned Fannie Willis. Fannie Willis didn't get a pardon. And however you feel about Fannie Willis, I believe she broke the law, and she also misused campaign taxpayer funds, but she didn't get a pardon. So everyone in Biden's family got a pardon, and she didn't get a pardon. So that's why I kind of believe that Black women end up being like a fall guy for the Democratic Party, because you have people bigging up all these Black women, and look what happened with Kamala Harris. She barely got out the blocks.
Look, there's so many different ways I can approach this, but let's just grab the bull right by the horns. What do the Democratic Party and the Black American culture have in common? They're run by Black women.
Yeah.
When
Well,
I hear, and first of all, I love Black women, so don't get sensitive. When I'm just telling you the facts. The fact of the matter is,
oh, we
y'all
had
are
to
the most
qualify
loyal
that.
people. It's crazy that I do have to qualify that, but I do, because people tend to get hypersensitive and take stuff the wrong way. You run the Democratic Party. You are the reason.
I said, give me a
You are the reason why that party is in the position that it is right now. So let's keep it in the context of Michelle Obama. Let's talk about this, because I've said this before. Whoever you marry, men, however she conducts herself is a reflection of your masculinity, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's also very important that whoever you marry understands that the family unit is more important than her own personal needs. So let's do a little rewind, shall we? Michelle Obama, on multiple occasions, has proven what I've always suspected, that this party is anti family. She literally told wives that your vote is a private matter. You don't have to discuss it with your husband. Okay, fine. If that's the way you want to approach this, fine. But that is an anti-family concept. You should be with somebody who are you're equally yoked to. You have similar morals. You have similar philosophies about the family structure. So she is openly calling for women who are in committed relationships to sever that bond.
Yeah, she said that at the Democrat convention. What was that, in Illinois? On
We talked about
stage.
it on the previous episode. We,
Yeah.
we we went into that. Now, this is after when she was doing her tour. I think it was the View or the Talk or something, where she openly admitted at times she doesn't like her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes her human, but why are you telling a large group of strangers this? I think there's something going on here where look, Obama had the hot hand, right? Was she jealous of that? Like, what is she looking to get out of all of this? It's particularly when we as black people have the lowest marriage rates and family rates as is. Everybody's rates are declining, by the way. So it's not, but it's just affecting us even worse. But they keep pushing these anti-family narratives and then get frustrated when they backfire on them. People ain't trying to hear this stuff, man.
Yeah.
Men, choose wisely because how your wife conducts herself is a reflection of you. And people who are anti-marriage or anti-Obama, they're looking at this weakness and this armor that she just exposed to the world, and they're going to keep poking at it. And I do want to give credit to that black lady who was just talking, because another thing is she's absolutely right. Black women can't be criticized, at least not on a public scale. If you try to, and they're going to come for her, they're going to call her a pick me. They'll probably dig up some personal information on her to try to embarrass her. We know all of these tactics and techniques. But at some
Simple.
point, you're going to have to figure out how these gender role things are going to go. Because if you want to be the man, then be the man. That means your competition. But if you want to be the woman, okay, be the woman then, and let's build something together. And that's not what they're pushing right now.
Yeah. Let me see if yeah, we did do a story on that.
in this country.
Let me see if I can. Oops. Hold on.
While you doing that, I said this quote again, I'll say it again. If she can't be corrected, she can't be protected. And if she can't be protected, she shouldn't be selected. If you let these women out here doing stuff like this, they're gonna put you in a situation where you gotta crash out over something that they did. It looks really bad that he went to that inauguration by himself. Either y'all both gonna boycott it, or y'all gonna walk up in there with your shoulders and your head up high
Yeah.
and stand on business. But you gotta do it together as a unit.
Yeah. And before I share this clip, people have made the comment that, well, Trump didn't go to Biden's inauguration, and I mean, for me, I'm speaking for myself. I'm not saying that was an okay thing, but I understand why he didn't go, because that is a situation where back in, leading up to the election, some shenanigans happened, and I still have yet to hear any liberal explain to me how did Biden get 12 to 15 more million votes than Kamala Harris, and then also Obama. Like, how did Biden he was the best candidate and he still got 12, 15 more million votes? There should be some questions that should be brought up. And also there were some investigations that were also brought up that some states found out that people were doing something with the ballot numbers, but that's just my 2 cents. But here, let me share this video here.
Yep.
But to anyone out there thinking about sitting out this election or voting for Donald Trump or a third party candidate in protest because you're fed up, let me warn you, your rage does not exist in a vacuum.
Did she say rage? Your rage? Who's she talking about? Who's she talking? Yeah. This was actually a little long clip, but yeah, that's Michelle Obama. That's the leader of the Black Brigade, I guess. They're absolutely right. There's just not anyone that could really check women in general. And then when it comes to Black women, like here's I look at the hierarchy is, men could already be checked by everybody apparently. But when it comes to white women, they can only be checked by Black women. And then when it comes to Black women, they can only be checked by gay men, specifically gay Black men. I think that's probably how maybe it's a push. I don't know. But that's as close as it gets. I mean, you have Michelle Obama just not showing up at the inauguration. And again, I guess I didn't finish that earlier thought, but Trump wasn't at the inauguration, but Melania wasn't there either. But Obama was at this inauguration, and Michelle should have been there. And so, like you said earlier, that is a reflection of Obama or his how he runs his household. And I've already had my doubts on Obama, and now I officially know for a fact that Obama don't run anything in his household. And this is one of the first times in history where the woman's outshining the first lady is outshining the president or former president. This is like crazy because this would never happen. We never really had this problem with. I mean, I don't know George Bush's wife or George Bush Jr.'s wife. I don't think. I'm trying to figure out what she looked like, just off the rip, and then we hear about Bill Clinton's wife, and even though for the most part Hillary did get in the shadows, we were forced to have Hillary back in the spotlight back in 2016 and or actually 2008 and then 2016 because she was trying to run for office, but crazy times that we're in, and no one wants to call this out.
Yeah. I just posted 3 articles, but for now, I'm going to just stick with the first 2. Obviously, I'm the pro-marriage person here on the panel. And the reason why I'm focusing on this, first of all, don't look at the Obamas as a model for your marriage. Find some other role models. That's number 1.
I
And
mean,
number
that's what the
2,
black community. Well, I don't know if the black community even looks at the Obamas
they did.
as the
I don't know
ideal
if they
marriage.
still
I
do.
think they just look at Michelle as the
No.
ideal person they want to be.
Look, in 2008, there were so many photos of that family, not just him floating around, and that was people's inspiration.
Yeah,
They
it's
wanted to
true.
see a
Yeah,
strong
kids.
black family. Now, I'm just talking about the black folks. Now, everybody who listened to us that ain't black, you might have liked the Obamas for some other reasons, but it was good to see something positive with us in regards to that. But now you see she's disrespecting him, and now she's not there for him in a vulnerable moment. They should have had this moment together, whether it's sit it out or go and show up and stand on business. But I am the type of person that looks at marriage because this is what I would tell you. It is the only way to break the poverty cycle in our communities.
Oh yeah.
There's 2 articles I just posted. This one is the financial benefits of marriage, but then there's another one with the City Journal where it talks about married people live longer, married people have implied contingencies. If something happens to one person and they die, the children are safer and happier. They tend to be more successful. There's
Mhm.
still benefits to marriage, but it has to be executed correctly. You have to agree to what your gender roles are and move based on that. And that's the part that a lot of people are missing. So now let's keep it on the subject of politics because the Daily Mail just ran an article, and I don't look. This is the Daily Mail, so come for them, don't come for me. Madam VP is blaming her husband for losing the election. The husband that she knew everything about when she tied herself to him. Now she's
Allegedly.
blaming him for the election. Come on, y'all, do better, man. And I'm saying this as somebody. We say this all the time. I left the Dems in 2010. I saw this coming. There was not any voices for people like me in that party. I go where I'm celebrated. So I'm not going to sit here and mess with all of this. You have decided that black women and LGBT are the faces and the voices of your party. So deal with it because you isolated everybody else. Now, are you going to learn your lessons or are you going to keep doing the same thing? Because right now it looks like y'all keep doing the same thing.
Oh yeah, they're going to definitely keep doing the same thing. And unfortunately, this whole Barack Obama thing, it's not even being. I mean, it's starting to catch a little bit of fire though. There's also another report that they may have a rocky marriage, and it would actually kind of explain some things because I did think it was a little awkward that uh, Obama or Barack and Michelle weren't really seen together during the whole election cycle. They're kind of like in different places, and they're probably just saying they're just campaigning in different places or campaigning, in different states though. But it was just really kind of weird. But I'm going to play this video of this TikToker talking about some rumors surrounding the Obama's marriage.